what I want to what I want to highlight here is when he gets hit by that second tandem after my standing medium punch. That was not a hit confirmed. That was a guess. I didn't hit confirm the standing medium punch. I just even if he blocked, I would still have tandem after. But the reason why I did it is because I knew that after he blocked my standing medium after my first initial tandem, I knew that he was gonna stay grounded and poke something out. I wasn't sure what he was gonna poke out, but I knew that he was gonna poke something out, which is why I just threw out standing medium into tandem. This is going to be an example of gathering information on your opponent. Now you see when I was on the other side of the screen blocking those knives. Well, that first of all, this showed me that when I'm at that range, he's just gonna keep throwing out knives, right? And it showed me that when he kind of did it a bit mindlessly. He was just doing it over and over again, with no regards to me closing in and countering it. But then the second time I got put into that situation, I took a guess that he would throw knives again, an educated guess, and he did. And I countered with a stand on super, which goes through knives. Now here, I was playing around with spacing because this player Axis and a lot of other S.Dio players, well, that I've played, when you get far, they'll throw out either knives or that beam thing. And I know there's that player that when I get far, he's really tempted to do a long range attack, which is why I kept going from a range to where he would want to throw out something, and I would move from that range to a closer range. So I kept going back and forth because I know that when I get closer, obviously he would be more careful with his long range attacks because they're easier to react to. But what I did is that I played around with the spacing, and it's kind of like I was setting up a trap or giving the illusion that I was putting myself in a situation where throwing out those long range attacks would be a good idea, which is why I kept going back and forth. And I tried to wait for the right timing where he would feel comfortable doing it, and I dashed in, and I saw that when I dashed in, I reacted. Here you can see that he's starting to adapt. He sees that I'm trying to wait for him to throw out knives so that I can super through it again. And also, the fact that I have stand on reveals my attention as well, because I can't super through it through his knives with stand off. Maybe tandem works, but I'm not sure about that. Anyway, something to point out here is that you can see how I'm staying in a range where I'm close enough to react to either beam or knives, but I'm also far enough to run away if he starts coming at me. So I'm trying to get ready for both, for whatever might happen here, because I want to counter him, but at the same time I don't want to stay too close so that if he decides to rush me down, that I'm too close to have time to run away. Know what I mean? But you see that after that standoff we had, I'm realizing that he's not gonna throw anything out. You know, he's pretty much learned his lesson, but he's just standing there. He's just frozen, and I'm not sure what he had in mind there, but I saw that opening. I saw that he wasn't going to attack and he wasn't going to do anything. So which is why I went at him straight on, and I dashed in with medium punch. What I want to do is confirm my medium punch into tandem, but I had a miss input, and I just did medium punch. But with that being said, you can see. Here's another weird thing, though. You can see the growth here in him, because now he's paying attention to my spacing. He's not throwing out knives recklessly. However, just a few seconds later, he does that same mistake again, which is something I find really weird, because he was just showing seconds ago that he was now aware of my trap. Yet a few seconds later, he throws knives again while my stand is on, and while I was clearly walking into his range.